Alright, so in the previous episode, we have discussed about DOM selectors. Now we will discuss on how to traverse the DOM. So basically, DOM traversing is just selecting an element and then moving your way from top to bottom or from bottom to top. So basically, you are selecting a child's or nodes from its parent, or you can also select a parent from its child or from its nodes. Okay? So ngayon, gagawin natin example, itong list of students. Itong mga rows na to, we call this as child of t-body. Diba? So, tingnan natin yung HTML natin, ito. Itong t-body na to, sa loob niyan, itong mga rows natin, ito. Ito siya. Okay? So, in order to apply DOM traversing on these elements, we will select first the t-body here. Okay? So, balik tayo sa main.js. I'm just gonna use the let keyword for now. So, let res. I'm gonna use this variable all throughout this example. By the way, itong mga code sa taas, para lang ma-retain yung icon natin. Itong material icon na to. So, nandun na siya sa previous example, but if you want to add, just copy this one here, okay? So, in order to get the t-body, kailangan natin ng selectors. So, we have discussed a lot. You can use get element by ID, you can use class name, or you can use the query selector. So, for now, I'm just going to use the query selector. So, go back to our main.js. I'm just going to type here as cons. I'm going to name this as parent node, okay? So, since parent yung t-body, you can use any variable you want. So, document that query selector, siya. Din sa loob, dito, just type t-body, okay? So, pag mahaba na yung codes mo, yung HTML mo, pwede mo siyang lagyan ng class, or you can just put the ID. So, tingnan natin dito kung may ID siya. May student list siya na ID, di ba? So, copy mo lang yan. So, since ID, just type hash here, and then put the ID, just like that. Okay? So, now we will access the child of this parent, o itong mga rows na to. So, in order to do that, you can just type res, which is our variable at the top, equals parent node, ganyan, dot child nodes. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, lahat ng under sa kanya, lahat ng mga elements na within the t-body opening and closing tag, makukuha natin. Okay? So, go back to our main.js. Yan. Then, let's try to output this one to the console. So, console.log itong res natin. Okay? Control S yung keyboard. Now, palabasin lang natin yung console. Okay? Now, we have a node list of 9. So, expand natin. So, bakit 9 siya? The first element is the text. The second element is the actual row. And then the second element again is the text, which you cannot see when you point. Ibig sabihin ng text na to, ito yung line break ng first t-body. Dito, di ba? Itong t-body na to, ito yung may line break tayo dito, di ba? So, ito yung text na yun. So, the second index, which is 1, is the first row. And then after that, mayroon ulit tayong text. Kasi nga, may line break ulit tayo dito, di ba? After sa del. So, line break and then yung second element or second row natin. Ito. Okay? Pag tinanggal mo to, tinanggal natin yung line break na yan dito sa t-body. Tingnan mo. Ito, tanggalin natin to. Okay? So, press Control S. Now, nagiging 8 na lang yung node list natin. Pag in-expand natin yan, nawala na yung text. Okay? Wala na siyang text, diba, dito? So, pag tinanggal mo pa yung text na yan, so, tanggalin mo lang to. Ito. Kasi nga, line break yan, di ba? O, tanggalin mo yung line break na yan. Oops. Kita na natin sa example. Press Control S. Ngayong 7 na yung node list natin. Pag in-expand natin siya, yan, nawala na yung text. So, basically, text, ano lang siya, line break lang siya. Okay? Expand natin siya ulit. Expand lang natin siya ulit. Okay, so let's go on to our main.js again. Now, let us select some elements or some nodes from the list dito. Try natin kunin yung first element dito. So, you can just type here res equals parent node. And then you can just type that child nodes. Ganyan. So, since node list to, kailangan natin i-access yung index niya dito. So, type ka dito 0. Ganyan. Okay, so press Control S on your keyboard. Now, we have the text here. So, yun yung line break, di ba? So, kung gusto mo yung kunin yung first row, of course, type mo lang 1. Press Control S. Now we have a first row here. So, ganyan siya. You can also get the node name. So, res equals parent node. Okay. And then yung child nodes. So, example, try natin kunin yung node name ng node 0. So, type ka lang dito dot node name. Okay? So, press Ctrl S on your keyboard. So, since text yung node name natin na 0, meron tayong text na result dito. So, try natin yung 1. Okay? So, press Ctrl S on your keyboard. Now, we have the tr element here. Since tr nga yung node 1 natin dito. Ito. Okay? You can also get the first child using the first child property. So, comment lang natin dito, get first child. So res equals parent node dot first child. Ganyan lang. Okay? So press Ctrl S on your keyboard. So since yung first child natin is text, yung line break, ito siya. Yan siya, di ba? Okay? You can also get the last child. So comment lang natin, get last child. And just type res equals parent node dot last child. Okay? So press Ctrl S on your keyboard. Now we have text again kasi nga may line break itong last child natin. Ito. So may line break yan. Di ba? We can also get the next element of the current node. So ibig sabihin, pag ito yung current node, yung next element niya is ito, di ba? Okay? So pwede natin kunin yan. Just type here get the next element of the current node. Okay, so type ka lang dito res equals parent node dot child. Kailangan natin yung kunin muna yung child. Sample kunin natin yung child 0, which is text yun, di ba? So pag nag-type ka dito ng dot next sibling, ganyan, then press Ctrl S on your keyboard. Now we have the first row here. Okay, so kasi yung child 0 natin is the line break. Line break siya ng t-body. And then yung next element niya is the first row na. So, since gumamit tayo ng next sibling dito, the first row appears on our console here. Ito siya. Okay? We can also get the previous element of the current node. So, type lang tayo dito, get previous element. Okay? So, type ka lang dito, res equals, I think, copy na lang natin to. Ito na lang. Okay? Yan. So, type natin yan. Yung first child natin, lagay natin 1, which is the first row. And then that previous sibling, ganyan. Okay? So, press Ctrl S on your keyboard. Now, we have text here. Kasi nga, before ng row na to is yung line break, di ba? So, may line break siya. Kaya, nagiging text yung lumabas dito. But, pag pinalitan natin ito ng 2, yung previous niya, of course, is yung first row natin. Press Ctrl S. O, di ba? Nagiging first row yung result natin dito sa console. Okay? So, that is how previous element works. Scroll lang natin sa taas. What else we have? We can also get the node type of the current node. So, type lang natin dito, get node type. You can just type here res equals document or parent node dot child nodes. Ganyan. And then, try natin yung 0, which is the line break or the text. Then, press ka lang dot, node type. Ito. Okay? So, press Ctrl S on your keyboard. Now, we have 3 here. So, integer yung nire-return niya. Lagay lang natin dito, get node type returns an integer equivalent to its node name. So, yung node name natin kanina is text, di ba? Itong child nodes na 0. So, since text siya, ang equivalent na integer niya is 3. Okay, so medyo mahirap siyang i-explain actually, but tingnan lang natin dito, type lang natin dito, JS node type. Okay, tingnan natin dito, ito siya. Ito siya, di ba? So, ang node type na text, ito, mayroon siyang integer na equivalent na 3, di ba? Kaya mayroon tayong 3 na result dito sa console. So, let's try another node type. So, copy lang natin to. Copy lang natin yan. And then, palitan natin siya ng 3. Ganyan. Okay? So, press Ctrl S on your keyboard. Now, we have 1 here. Okay? So, tingnan natin yung 1. Element na siya. Kasi nga, TR na yung 1 natin, di ba? So, comment lang natin to. Yan, comment lang natin yan. Okay, so try natin mag-press ng Ctrl S once again. So, dito sa current result natin, tingnan natin, expand natin konti. Meron tayong mga line breaks dito, di ba? So, pwede nating tanggalin yan. We will just use the children property. Okay, so type natin dito. Res equals parent node, ganyan, dot children. Okay? Itong children na to, tinatanggal niya yung mga line breaks mo. Okay? So, press Ctrl S on your keyboard. Expand natin ulit. Nakita nyo dito, HTML collection na yung lumabas sa console. Kanina, ginamit natin yung child nodes. Ito. Yung lumabas is HTML node list. Diba? Ngayon, pag ginamit mo yung children, ang lumabas dito is HTML collection niya. So, nagiging 4 na lang yung collection natin dito. Once na-expand mo yan, wala na yung mga text or line breaks mo. Okay? So, ito na lang. Itong mga HTML collection na lang. Itong mga rows na lang na nandito sa T-body natin. Okay? So, that is how you omit the text or the line break. Right. So, let's try to get some of the HTML collection here. Okay. So, you can just type res equals parent node dot children and then the first or the index of the collection. So, let's try with 0, which is the first row. Okay, ito yung first row, diba? So, press Ctrl S. Ito siya. Of course, you can do that with 1. Press Ctrl S. O, yan na siya. So, you can actually get any collection from the list by accessing its index. Okay? You can also get the first element in the HTML collection by using the first element child property. So, comment lang natin to get first element. So, res equals parent node dot first element child. Ganyan na siya. Okay, so press Ctrl S on your keyboard. Now we have the first element here, which is the first row. You can also do the same for the previous element or the last element. Okay, so let's try first the last element. Get last element. So instead of first element child, palitan lang natin siya ng dot last element child. Okay, so press Ctrl S on your keyboard. Now we have the last row here. Yan. Yan siya, diba? Last row na siya. Okay. You can also get the next element. So to do that, comment lang natin get next element. Ganyan. So type ka lang res equals parent node dot children. And then let's get the next element after the element 0. So yung first row, that means yung next element niya is the second row, di ba? So that, type ka lang dito, next element sibling. Ito siya. Okay? Press Ctrl S, tingnan natin dito. Yan. So since children 0 is the first row, yung next element niya is the second row. So yan, ganyan yung result niya. Okay? We can also get the previous element. So type lang natin dito. Get previous element. So res equals parent node dot children, and then try natin kunin yung first row. So in order to do that, dapat nandun tayo sa second row, di ba? So children 1 dot previous element sibling. Ito siya. Okay? So press Ctrl S. Tingnan natin dito. Nagiging first row yung result natin. Kasi nga, yung second row natin, itong children 1 na to, di ba? Ito siya, itong second row. So, ang previous niyan, of course, itong nasa taas. Kaya yan yung nagiging result dito sa console natin. Okay? So, lagay lang natin sa taas. Ganyan. You can also get the children of the children. Ibig sabihin, yung child element mo, kukunin mo pa yung mga children na nasa loob niya. Ito, tingnan natin to kung anong element na to. So, balik tayo sa index natin. Ito siya, di ba? Mayroon siyang TR, and then sa loob ng TR, itong TR na to, child siya ng T-body, di ba? So, itong child na to, mayroon pa siyang mga children na TD. Ito. So, itong mga value na to, ito yung TD. Children to ng TR, which is the row. Okay? So, you can also get this one. The children of the child. So, type natin dito. Get children of the child element. Okay? So, res equals parent node. Okay? So, yung first row natin is with index 0, di ba? Itong first row na to, which is the TR. And then, dot, type ka lang dito, children. Okay? So, press Ctrl S on your keyboard. Oops. Have some error here. Cannot read property children of undefined at main. I think we forgot to type dot children here. Ganyan. So, that means the child of the parent node, itong TR na to, kukunin pa natin yung mga TD niya, which is called the children, di ba? So, press Ctrl S. Okay? So, kung i-expand mo to, mayroon tayong TD, the first data, which is the ID. And then the second one is Pinoy Dev. The third one is male and so on. Okay? So, ito yung mga children ng TR natin. Itong mga TD na to. di ba? We can change pretty much anything here. Let's try to change the text here. So instead of Pinoy Dev, I will change it to something. So type ka lang dito, parent node dot children. Okay, kunin natin yung first row, 0. Yan. And then dot children again. Yung children niya, let's access 1. Kasi yung TD na to, 1 yung index niya, di ba? Yan. And then type ka dito dot text content equals, and then yung text na gusto mo, let's change it to American Dev. Okay, so press Ctrl S on your keyboard. Now it becomes American Dev. To, di ba? Kapag pinuwent mo to dito, yan, nagiging American Dev na siya. You can also change its ID. So ito ang ID dito. Mayroon siyang ID na, actually wala siyang ID. So pwede natin siyang lagyan ng ID. So type ka lang dito, parent node. Example, gusto mo lang siyang lagyan ng ID, dot children. Okay. So 0 siya, di ba? Dot children again. And then yung index na 1. Kasi 1 to, di ba? Lagyan natin siya ng ID. Type ka lang dito, dot ID. Okay. So equals, let's try to put, let's name this one as special row. Oops. Ganyan. Okay. So press Ctrl S on your keyboard. Tingnan natin dito, expand natin. May ID na siya na special row ito. Now you can access this element by using the ID that you specified. So let's try to type here document that get element by ID. Okay. Oops. Then yung ID natin, which is special row, di ba? Itong kalalagay lang natin. Lagay mo lang dyan. And let's try to change the color. So style.color equals, okay, let's make it red. Press Ctrl S on your keyboard. Now it becomes red. Okay, so you can do that. You can also count the elements in the HTML collection. So type lang dito count the child elements. So let's say parent node or res equals parent node dot child elements count. Ito siya. Okay, so press Ctrl S on your keyboard. Now we have 4 here. So what we have done here is we have traversed the DOM from top to bottom. Kasi nanggaling tayo sa T-body, di ba? And then we move our way down to the bottom by using some of its children property. Ngayon gagawin natin, let us traverse the DOM from bottom to top na naman. So let's try to get the child and then let's move our way up to get its parents. Okay? So type lang natin dito, traversing from bottom to top. Okay? So I'm just gonna use the cons keyword for now. Okay, so I think comment ko na lang to muna. Let's try to comment this one. Okay. So cons, let's say child node equals document let's try to change or use again the query selector. Okay. Dito sa loob, piliin natin yung try to find a child here. So, itong mga child na to, under siya sa t-body, di ba? So, ito rin yung gamitin natin, yung tr na to, which have a class of students. So, dito sa main.js, you can just type tr, and then, yung class niya na students. So, dot students. Ganyan. Diba? Kasi class siya, diba? Pag ID yan, palitan mo lang yan ng hash. Ito itong dot. Okay? So, we can get the parent node now. Comment natin get the parent node of a child. Okay, so res equals child node dot parent node. Okay? So, ano ba yung parent niya? Press Ctrl S on your keyboard. We have the t-body, di ba? Kasi nga, itong tr na to, ang pinaka-parent niya is ito. Di ba? Kaya ito yung result na nakuha natin sa console. Okay, so that's how you get the parent node of a child. Now, we can also get the parent node of the current parent element. So, yung parent node natin, itong t-body, di ba? Pwede mong kunin yung pinaka-parent niya pa sa t-body na to by just using the parent node dot parent element. Okay? So, get the parent node of the current parent element. So, in order to do that, you can just type res equals child node, okay, dot parent node. So, parent node natin, ito yung t-body. Then, type ka lang dito dot parent element. Okay? So, press Ctrl S on your keyboard. Now, yung parent element ng t-body is table. Okay? Tingnan natin dito. Itong t-body na to, ang parent niyan is ito. Di ba? Under siya sa table, di ba? So, table, mayroon tayong t-head. Ito yung close ng t-head. And then, under sa t-head, mayroon tayong t-body. So, ang parent element niya is table. Okay? So, that's how you get the parent node of the current parent element. Now, we also have the next sibling here. Dito sa taas, mayroon din tayong next sibling, di ba? Dito sa child nodes. Sana ba yun? Next sibling ito. So, dito sa baba, mayroon din tayo. Type lang tayo res equals child node dot next sibling. Ganyan. So, press Ctrl S on your keyboard. Now, we have text here. Kasi nga, mayroon tayong line break before dito sa row na to, di ba? So, since line break is a text, kaya mayroon tayong text dito. So, if you want to get the second row, pwede kang gumamit dito ng res equals child node dot, ibig sabihin, i-omit natin yung text, di ba? So, to do that, kaya ng sa taas, gamit lang tayo dito ng next element sibling. So, this refers to the HTML collection based on the child node that we have as a parent. Ganyan. So, ano ba yung next element sibling niya? Press Ctrl S, of course, yung second element or yung second row, di ba? So, yung first row, ito siya, yung childhood natin. So, yung next element sibling niya, dapat itong second row, di ba? Pag ginamit mo yung next sibling, yung lalabas dito is yung text or yung line break. Okay? So, mayroon din tayong previous sibling. So, res equals child node dot type ka lang dito, previous sibling. Kaya nang sa taas kanina, di ba? Okay. Press Ctrl S on your keyboard. Now we have text here. So, bakit text? Yung childhood natin, which is the TR students, itong first row na to, before that, mayroon siyang line break, di ba? So, line break and then yung t-body sa taas. Okay? So, you can also get the previous element siblings. So, res equals child node dot previous elements. Oops. Should be element that previous, ano ba? Hindi tayo marunong mag-type ng previous element sibling. Ganyan. So, press Ctrl S on your keyboard. Now, we have null here. Kasi nga after ng row na to is wala na tayong previous element or wala na tayong collection sa HTML collection natin. Kaya nagiging null yung result. Okay? We can also create an elements. So, type natin dito. Create an element. Or create a DOM element. Okay? Oops. Mali-mali yung spelling natin, men. Okay? So, try nating magdagdag ng row dito. So, mayroon tayo ditong 4 na rows, diba? Gagawa tayo ngayon ng panglimang row or the 5th row. Okay? So, in order to do that, gagawa tayo ng tr. Kasi tr to, di ba? Tingnan natin dito. Ito yung gayahin natin. Ito. Or point natin dito sa baba, yung pinaka-last. Maglalagay tayo ng buong elements na ito. So, first, mayroon tayong tr na may class na students. So, dito, sa main.js, you can just type const. Oops. So, type lang ako dito, tr equals document dot create element. Okay? Saan ba siya? Ito siya. So, ano yung element na gagawin natin? tr siya, di ba? So, type ka dito tr. Okay? So, mayroon na tayong tr na element which we assign na tr variable. Ngayon, lalagay tayo ng ID niya. Ano ba yung ID niya dito? Our class na students. So, tr dot class name, ganyan, equals yung class na gusto mo. So, students, di ba? Okay, so press Ctrl S on your keyboard. Oops, we forgot to output the tr here. So, yan lang. Yan, mayroon tayong class na students. Okay, so gumawa tayo ng tr with the class of students. Next, you can also do the same for ID. So, if meron siyang ID, type lang dito .id, di ba? Right. Now, we need to add our data or the td. Kasi tr, di ba? So, sa loob nito, yung mga children niya is td. Itong mga to. Kailangan nating ilagay ito. So, in order to do that, gagamit tayo ngayon ng append child. Ibig sabihin, mag-append tayo ng children or childs dito sa tr na to. Okay, so let us first create a variable for our child. So, const. Mayroon tayong tr, di ba? So, let's create our td. So, equals document dot create element, ganyan. And then, yung element na gusto nating ilagay. Okay? So, td siya. Type ka lang dito td, ganyan. Okay? O, tingnan natin yung first td natin dito. Meron tayong attribute na scope, di ba? Ito, tawag dito is attribute. So, gagawin natin yan dito din. So, td dot set attribute, ganyan. So, ano ba yung attribute natin doon? Scope equals row. So, type ka dito, scope, di ba? And then, yung value niya, which is row. Ganyan. Okay? So, press Ctrl S on your keyboard. Output natin yung td natin. Press Ctrl S again. Nakalimutan natin balitan. Ngayon, mayroon na tayong td with the scope of row. Okay? So, ngayon, lalagyan natin siya ng value, di ba? So, mayroon tayong 004. Lalagay na tayo ngayon ng value niya, which is the ID of 00005. So, type natin dito td.append child. Okay? And dito sa loob, type ka lang document .create text node. Okay? Ibig sabihin yung gagawa tayo ng text tong 0005 na to na ID, di ba? Okay? Dito sa loob, type ka lang yung ID. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then let's add here, let's make it 5. Ganyan. Okay? Now, let us try to append our td to our tr. So, type ka lang dito tr.append child. I-append natin ngayon yung td na ginawa natin ito. Di ba? Oops. Okay, so press Ctrl S on your keyboard. Try natin i-output yung tr. Ganyan. Press Ctrl S on your keyboard. Expand natin. Now, mayroon na tayong tr and then the first row here or the td which is the ID number. Okay? So, that's how you create an element and then creating text on that particular element also. So, we have the create element and then the create text node. Of course, napaka-time consuming na to. Like, for example, marami kang columns dito sa table mo. And then, isa-isahin mong mag-codes ng ganito. Ano yun? Hindi yun practical. So, in order to fix that, you can just add a function to add the rows or the TD that you want to append to your TR. So, I think, try na lang natin ilagay ito sa function, itong buong to. So, comment na lang natin to. Para hindi time consuming yung pag-add natin ng mga iba't ibang TD natin dito. So, function. Then, just add the function name here. Just gonna use add row for now. Okay. Ganyan. Nandito sa loob, lalagay natin yung value ng row. So, row val. Ganyan. And then yung index ng row. So, row index. Ganyan. Di ba? O, copy lang natin tong td. Lagay natin dito sa loob. Okay. So, I think maglalagay tayo ng if statement ngayon kasi yung first TD natin mayroon siyang scope, di ba? And the rest, wala siya. Tingnan natin dito. Itong first lang na row, mayroon siyang attribute na scope. So, kailangan nating maglagay ng if statement dito. So, if, ganyan, index, row index, is equals to, let's say, 1. And dito, maglalagay tayo ng attribute sa TD natin. So, copy lang natin to TD, that's set attribute. And then, lalagyan na natin siya ng ID. Copy lang natin yan, or yung value niya. That's set attribute, ganyan. Diba? But, if yung index natin is equals to 6, so kasi ito 6 to, diba? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ito kasi link siya. So, gagawa tayo ng attribute ngayon or gagawa tayo ng element ngayon na a tag kasi link to. Itong del. So, type lang natin dito else if ganyan row index if equal siya sa 6 which is ito yung pang 6 natin, itong TD na to, gagawa tayo ngayon ng a tag na element. So, in order to do that, type lang ako dito const del link. Diba? Equals document dot create element. Ito siya, diba? So, ano yung element na gagawin natin? Yung a tag, diba? Oops. So, type ka dito a, diba? And then, may link siya dito na, tingnan natin dito. Meron siyang link na hash. So, in order to do that, type ka lang dito del link dot href. Okay. Ito, href niya to, di ba? Itong href na to. Sa loob ng a tag. So, yung href niya equals, lagay natin dito hash. Kasi hash yung nandun. Next, we will set the value, which is the del text itself. So, del link dot inner text. Ganyan. Ito siya. Equals yung row val natin. Kasi yung row val na argument dyan, papasa natin yung actual na value dito sa mga TD na to. So, lagay lang natin dito row val. Ganyan. And append our the link to our TD. So, in order to do that, TD dot append child, diba, the link. Lagay natin dito sa loob. Okay. So, else, dito sa baba, else, pag yung row index is equals to 2, 3, 4, 5, so diretso na lang natin i-append child siya. So, you can just type td.append child. Ito, diba? Then, document dot create text node ka na lang. Diba? Ano ba yung text node natin? Yung value natin. Diba? Yan. Okay? Oops. Sobra tayo dito. Ganyan lang. Ngayon, pwede na natin i-append child yung TD natin sa tr. So, tr.append child. Ito, itong TD na itong ginawa natin. I-append na natin siya sa tr, di ba? So, type lang natin dito sa loob, TD. Okay? So, ganyan. Ngayon, lalagay na tayo ng value gaya nito, 005, name, gender. So, in order to do that, tawagin na natin yung function, which is the add row. So, add row, ganyan. And then, yung value na gusto natin, let's try to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ganyan for the ID. And then, yung index natin is, say, 1. Kasi nga, itong ID na to nasa number 1 siya, diba? Kasi nilagyan natin ng row index dito. And then, we can add our second row here, which is the name. So, name, let's try to say American Dev. So, tanggalin na natin yung index kasi wala na siyang index dapat, diba? Kasi yung finilter natin dito sa function is only the first row and the last row. So, the second row, di na natin kailangan maglagay ng index. The same with the third row, which is for the gender, I think. So, male. And then the fourth row, which is the birthday. So, you can just type here 09, 02, 1986. And then yung age, it's the age here, I think 32. Okay. And then yung link natin, which is the del. So, lagay lang natin dito, del ng link, which is the value, and then yung index niya, which is 6, di ba? Kasi nakalagay dito, 6, finilter natin na mayroon siyang href na hash. Okay? So, press Ctrl S on your keyboard. Oops. To string that append child is not a function. Number 90. I think we need to specify row value here instead of this actual value. Okay. So, press Ctrl S again. Again. 85. Oh, why we put to string here? It must be TD. Okay. So, press Ctrl S on your keyboard. So, check natin na mayroon na tayong TDs dito. So, we have the ID, the name, and so on. Ngayon, hindi pa siya lumabas dito sa actual na table natin. So, in order to do that, type natin dito document dot query selector. Ganyan. So, saan ba siya natin ilagay? Sa t-body, di ba? So, kunin natin yung t-body. Saan ba yung t-body? Under siya dito, di ba? So, t-body, and then may class or may ID siya na student list. Ganyan. So, type lang tayo dito t-body. Oops. Hash yung student list na ID natin. Diba? Ganyan. Dot append child. Ano yung i-append natin ngayon? Yung TR natin. Diba? Sana ba yung TR? Ito. Okay. So, press Ctrl S on your keyboard. Now, nandito na siya sa list natin. Sa list of students natin. Okay. Now, we have finished creating an element. Now, let's try replacing an element also. Okay. So, comment lang natin dito. Replacing an element. Or replacing DOM elements. Okay. So, I think comment na lang natin to hanggang dito. Comment natin yan. Okay. So, ngayon, try natin palitan tong element na to. Ito siya, list of students. Tingnan natin dito kung ano siya. List of students. Saan ba yan? Ito. H3 siya, di ba? Try natin palitan siya ng H4. Okay. So, type lang ako dito, const res new equals document dot create element, diba? Create element. Kasi gagawa tayo ng panibagong H4, diba? So, type lang natin H4. Ganyan. Okay. So, add natin ng class res new dot class name equals ano ba yung class ng list of students na to? Tingnan natin. Mayroon siyang class na header. So, type natin dito, header. Para to sa bagong element na ipapalit natin sa H3 na to, di ba? Kailangan parehas din yung class. Okay? So, res new dot append child. Okay? Gagawa tayo ng text na student list din, di ba? Or list of students. I think student list na lang. So, document dot create text node. Yan. Oops. Nandito sa loob, type tayo ng bagong text natin. So, student list. Instead of list of students. So, binaliktad lang natin actually. Students list. Ganyan. Okay. Now, kailangan natin kunin yung old header. So, get old header. Yung old header natin na H3, di ba? So, res old or const res old equals document that get element by class name that get elements by class name. Kasi class yung ginamit natin doon. Ito siya. Okay? So, since marami tayong class or more than one yung class na header natin, kasi nga ito, header din yung class niyan. Tingnan natin dito. Sana ba yan? Student entry form. Yan, may class siya na header din. Diba? So, in order to fix that, dito, type ka lang header, and then specify mo dito yung index niya sa babaguhin mo. So, 1 dapat, diba? Kasi ito yung 0, ito yung 1. So, kailangan natin kunin to. So, 1 yung ilagay mo dito. Otherwise, kung yung sa taas, lagyan mo dito ng 0. Kung yun yung papalitan mo. Okay, so para mapalitan natin siya ng bagong elements, so type ka lang dito res old. Okay, dot parent node. So kailangan natin i-access yung parent node niya. Ano ba yung parent node ng old na h3 natin ito? So mayroon siyang div, di ba? So type ka lang dito dot replace child. Ito. And dito sa loob, ilalagay natin yung bagong element na ipapalit natin sa first child ng parent na to. So ito div, di ba ito? Ito siya. Sana ba? Ito. So yung children niya ito, yung first child niya h3. So lagay mo dito yung bagong element, ipapalit mo. Ganyan, which is res new. Ito yung ginawa natin, di ba? Kumuha tayo ng bagong h4 dito sa taas. Ito. Ito. And then, lagay mo dito yung lumang element na papalitan mo. Ganyan. Okay? So, press Ctrl S on your keyboard. Oops, tr is not defined. Line 105. Oops, you forgot. You just need to output the rest new here. Okay. Press Ctrl S on your keyboard. Now we have a new element here. Instead of h3, mayroon na tayong h4. Ito, ano siya, di ba? h4 now with the class of header. So that's how you replace an element. So we can also remove an element. Okay. So comment lang natin to. Type natin dito remove DOM element. Okay. Scroll na natin sa taas. So try nating burahin yung mga rows dito. I'm just gonna use the cons keyword for now. Oops. So cons equals document. Okay. So itong mga rows na to, may mga class yan na students, di ba? So students, students, students. So I'm gonna use the get elements by class name now. Get elements by class name. Kasi gusto ko silang piliin lahat. Okay. Then type ka lang dito yung class nila, which is students. Now you can pretty much remove anything by just accessing their index or their ID. So oops, we forgot to put variable here. So, const td. Okay. So type ka lang dito td, and then yung index niya, let's say 1, and then dot remove. Ganyan. Okay? So press Ctrl S on your keyboard. Now nawala na yung Pinoy dev natin. Okay? So ni-remove natin siya by using its index. That's how you remove an element from the DOM. Okay? Now let's try with manipulating the classes of our element. So type lang natin dito manipulating classes. I think comment na lang natin to. Okay. So type lang ako dito cons, let's say res student, diba? Equals document dot get elements by class name. Okay. So try natin kunin yung class ng htr, which is students. Ito. Itong mga students na to. So type lang ako dito students. Okay. Now let's try to get the first element of our res student here. So itong res student na to, ito siya, di ba? Kasi lahat ito may class name na students. So ngayon, nandun siya sa loob ng variable. Ngayon, kunin lang natin itong first row na to. And then kunin natin yung children ng del na to. Itong del na to, may link siya sa loob, di ba? So in order to get the link of that children, you can just type here cons del link. Okay? Access natin yung student. So try natin yung first row. Lagay mo lang yung index dito, which is 1. And then that last element child. Ano ba yung last element ng res student na to? Ito siya, di ba? Itong del. Last element yan. To get the child of that del, you can just type here dot last element child also. Okay? So ano ba yung last element child ng del na yan? Tingnan natin dito. Yung del na yan, mayroon siyang element na A. Ito yung last element ng TD na to. Diba? A, href, ganyan. Diba? Okay? So, try natin i-output sa console. Console.log itong del link na to. Okay, so press Ctrl S on your keyboard. Ito siya. Now, let's try to add class for this del. Manual lang muna natin. Add natin dito. So, href equals and then class equals. Try natin lagyan ng, let's say, del link. And then, lagyan natin siya ng class na material icon. Ganyan. So, dalawa yung class niya. Okay? Yan, lumabas na siya dyan, di ba? Ngayon, let's try to get this class name, itong del link and material icon. So, type ka lang dito, del link or res equals del link to dot class name. Ganyan. Press Ctrl S. Yan, meron yung class niya. Oops. Sorry, forgot to output the res. Del link pa rin eh. Yan. So, yun yung class niya, del link and material icon. Okay? We can also return this class names in a form of token. So, res equals del link, okay, dot class list. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, nare-return niya yung lahat ng class in a form of a token list. Okay? So, press Ctrl S on your keyboard. Now, mayroon tayo ditong token list with a number or a count of 2. Kasi nga, dalawa yung class niya, di ba? We have the del link, which is an index 0, and we have the material icon on index 1. Okay? That's how you do that. Of course, we can output some of the token in the list by accessing its index. So, res equals the link.class list, and then specify mo yung index niya. Let's try to output 0 here. Okay, ganyan. Press Ctrl S on your keyboard. Now we have the del link. Of course, you can do the same for 1, which is the material icon. Okay? We can also add a class by using the class list. So, type lang natin dito del link dot add class or class list to dot add. Okay? And then yung class mo sa loob. So, let's try to add class of button. Ganyan. Okay. So, press Ctrl S on your keyboard. Now, let's try to output the del link here. Tingnan natin kung may class na tayo na button. Right, so meron na tayong button na class dito. Ito siya. So, this one, adding a single class. Okay, we can also add multiple class. So, copy lang natin yan and then comment. Dito sa baba, the link.classlist.add, and then separate mo lang sa comma, and then yung second class mo. So, let's try to add a bootstrap class here. So, button, let's say danger. Ganyan. Okay? So, press Ctrl S on your keyboard. Now, we have a button here with a class of button danger. So, bootstrap yung ginamit natin dito. Now, we can also remove a class. So, type ka lang dito, del link dot class list dot remove. Ganyan. So, try natin i-remove yung itong dalawang class na to. Ganyan. Okay, so press Ctrl S on your keyboard. Now, nawala na siya. So, comment lang natin, remove a class. Okay, so that's how you remove it. Comment lang natin, I think I like the bootstrap button right there. Ganyan. Okay. We can also manipulate an attribute. So, dito, we manipulate classes. Now, we can also manipulate attributes. Oops. Gonna make it capital. Manipulate attributes. Okay. So, let's try to change the attributes of our href here. Itong attribute na to. Type lang natin dito res. Oops. Equals del link. Okay. Dot get attribute. Diba? Ito siya. And then, yung attribute na gusto natin, which is href. Okay. So, press Ctrl S on your keyboard. Oops, we forgot to output the res. Now we have the hash, which is the current value of our href here. Tingnan natin dito. Ito siya, di ba? Ito yung value niya. Okay? Now we can also change the attribute. So res equals del link. Instead of get attribute, you just need to type set attribute. Okay? And then yung attribute na gusto mo. Okay? So, di ba href yan? So, href, palitan natin siya. Try natin dito, change it to ab.com. ab.com. Okay. So, press Ctrl S on your keyboard. Try natin i-click yung del na to. Now, pumunta na siya sa ab. Okay. So, that's how you set an attribute. Back lang natin. You can also add an attribute using the set attribute method. So the link that set attribute, I think copy na lang natin to. The link that set attribute. So gawa tayo ng bagong attribute dito sa link na to. So gawa natin siya ng role na attribute, which is a bootstrap property also. And then ang value nito, lagyan natin siya ng let's say button. Okay? Ganyan. So press Ctrl S on your keyboard. Oops, try natin i-output yung the link. Ctrl S again. Tingnan natin. Ngayon, meron na tayong attribute dito na role with a value of button. Right? So that's how you add an attribute also using the set attribute. Okay? We can also check if the certain element has an attribute. So type natin dito res equals the link that has attribute. Ganyan. So this will return only true or false. So boolean lang yung lalabas sa console mo dito. So try natin i-check if mayroon ba siyang href na attribute. It's console.log res. Press Ctrl S. Now we have true here. Okay. So otherwise, kung wala siyang attribute, let's say, ano ba? Try natin palitan ng hrefs. Press Ctrl S. Now nagiging false na siya. So there's no hrefs attribute on that element. Right? We can also remove an attribute. So just type here res equals the link dot remove attribute. Okay? So try nating burahin yung href na attribute niya. Ganyan. So press Ctrl S. Now nawala na yung href. Hindi na siya nagiging link. Di ba dito blue yung color niya kasi may link siya. Dito sa taas, wala na siya. Pag in-output mo yung link dito, press Ctrl S, nawala na siyang attribute dito na href. Okay? So, comment lang natin yan. Yan lang natin, remove href. Okay? So, I think guys, hanggang dito na lang muna tayo kasi medyo mahaba na yung video natin. On the next episode, we will discuss on how you can add an event listeners like the click event, the onload event, the onMouse leave event. So all of that you will learn in the next episode. Okay, please like and subscribe to our channel and see you in our next episode.